All right, welcome everybody. So today we're just gonna I'm gonna end the little saga here with Simon Dan. If you guys have been following along the last couple videos, Simon Dan is a YouTuber and he did a response video, two response videos to a couple videos I made on some numeric work that I did. And the first one was called Flat Earther Gets His Numbers Embarrassingly Wrong was the first one. And then the second one was called Number Guy Pulls Numbers Out of Thin Air or something like that. And so he did those two videos, and so the last two videos I responded to him. So Simon Dan is a YouTuber, and he's got I think like 200,000 subscribers or something like that. He's got quite a bit of subscribers, lots of likes, lots of fans, and things like that. And so he did these videos, like I said, basically slandering and trying to debunk all the math that Marty Leeds is presenting. So what I did just the other day is that I made a response video. And I literally went point by point in everything he said and showed why he's wrong. I showed why everything that he's saying can literally be debunked, is falsifiable, is verifiably falsifiable. It's incorrect. So I went and I spent an hour basically doing this. I took nearly every point because I wasn't going to go over every single point because it was already like an hour-long video. And as I said, an hour-long spending, dealing with Simon Dan and editing videos with Simon Dan is enough to give a guy cancer, okay? So we did, so I did a response video. And like I said, I went point by point and I showed how Simon Dan and the fanboys of Simon Dan apparently can't understand basic things like laws of averages and calculating means. They don't understand that calendars are based on whole numbers. They don't understand that pi is an infinite number and has to be approximated and has been approximated and is approximated throughout time and even today using ratios like 22 divided by 7 and 44 divided by 14 and 88 divided by 28 and 864 divided by 275, etc., etc., etc. So I pointed out that these people, the Simon Dan fans that are ascending on his channel and liking Simon Dan and ascending on my channel and sending all those dislikes, what they're doing is displaying their ignorance and showing that they don't understand basic mathematical principles. So that's what I did in the video. I showed them that they don't understand that. So I did the response. And then last night I said, okay, so I'm going to do a quick live stream, about 10-12 minute live stream. And what I did is I offered Simon Dan up a challenge. I offered him a challenge. And what I said was, Simon Dan, hey man, let's have a debate. You and I will get together and we'll have a debate. But we won't do it on your channel. We won't do it on my channel. What we'll do is we'll go to another channel. We'll get a mediator or a moderator to moderate it. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a debate about everything you talked about in those videos. But before that debate, what we're going to do is you and I are going to do an IQ test live online together, and then we'll have the debate. Okay? And then I said, what we're going to do is we're going to do a GoFundMe campaign. And then what we're going to do is take all that money from the GoFundMe campaign, try to raise, I don't know, several $1,000s, and we'll take all the money in the super chats, and all of that money will go to the charity of your choice. And that's what I offered up. And so what we're going to do today, and so he responded, and so I want to share with you what his response was. Now, this is going to be the end of this. So this is like sort of a three-part thing. So I did the first video, and that was sort of like the New Hope, and then I did that sort of live stream last night, and that was like the Empire Strikes Back, and now this is the Return of the Jedi. So this little trilogy, this whole little three-part rant I'm doing, I promise will be over today, unless Simon Dan decides he actually wants to debate, or he makes another one of those dumb fucking videos that he makes on me. So then I guess I'll have to respond. But this will be the end of this little three-part. After this, we will go back to your regularly scheduled programming. Let's just say that, okay? So Simon Dan, like I said, he made a few videos and I responded. And he finally responded to me last night. So I said, hey man, let's do a debate. We'll do the IQ test. We'll get a moderator. We'll do it live. The money will go for charity. I'm sure you're game. Because you're a man of science, I'm sure you're game. So he did respond to me. And he said, Marty, very strange that I'm blocked, yet you call me a coward. And apparently I had blocked him about a year and a half ago or whatever it was when he made the first video. And he said, whoever Skype you've been calling and messaging is not mine. So I messaged and called a Skype line, and he's saying it wasn't his. Okay. So I said, send me a message through my website listed above. I cannot find your email, and YouTube won't let me post my email here. Oh, and if I blocked you before, it's probably because you didn't respond to me when I offered up a challenge previously in your comment section. So I offered up a challenge in his comment section, and I know he got the message because he responded to me several times. So I sent a message in his comment section saying, hey, let's debate. Get a hold of me. I want to talk to you face to face. Care for a Skype call, Dan? Never answered, never, never responded. So I went on Skype and I tried to message him again and said, "Hey, respond to me. Let's talk. Let's have an adult conversation. Let's be adults about this. Let's try to rise above the mud and muck and mire and bullshit of of YouTube, and let's two adults come together and have a reasonable conversation. Can we do that? I would like to respond to the things that you said about the incorrect things that you said about what I said in the video, and I want to respond to you in full, and I want to make sure that your audience hears what I have to say as well, instead of this just whole one-sided thing that you do." Now, Dan is in the business of making response videos. That's all Dan does. I don't make response videos. I think I've made I think this Simon Dan is maybe one out of two response videos I've ever made on YouTube ever. I don't engage in it because I think it's retarded. I think it's childish and it doesn't lead anywhere, right? So, so this is like one of the only response videos that I've ever done. Yeah, he makes response videos all the time. He's responding to people all the time and it's insinuating very clearly that these people are fucking idiots and retards and morons and things like that, right? So after he didn't respond to me, I blocked him because I was like, okay, well, I guess this is done. Right? I mean, the guy's not going to get back to me. He's not going to respond. We're not going to have a debate. We're not going to have a conversation. I guess I'm just going to let water under the fucking bridge, bygones be bygones, and let the whole thing move on, right? I'm just going to be the better man and the bigger man and just say, fucking forget it, okay? I'm not going to convince him of anything anyway. Apparently, I'm not going to convince the legion of idiots that descend on his YouTube channel. I'm not going to convince them of anything either. So I guess I'm just going to be the better man and the bigger man and move the fuck on. So that's where I left it. So I said, all right, I'm done. Blocked Simon Dan, fucking whatever, right? Then, a year and a half later, whatever it was, he comes up again. So now I'm responding. So hence why I blocked him, because I was like, you know what, I'm done, whatever. I'm not even going to waste my time. But now you made me waste my time. So by the way, after this whole thing is done, like I said, we'll be returning to your regularly scheduled programming. I just got to get these 3 videos out here. So he responded to me with, "You misspelled gibberish." And so I said, "Hey man, I thought we were done with this whole song and dance. But you went and made a video exclaiming how 22 divided by 7 is not an approximation, a widely used and common abbreviation and approximation of pi. You said it's not. And well, golly gee, Danny boy, that's just plain fucking stupid. That's just stupid. That clearly shows that common and widely used abbreviations and approximations of pi, like 22 divided by 7, 44 divided by 14, and 88 divided by 28, and 864 divided by 275, or 355 divided by 113. All of these approximations are widely used in multiple disciplines of science and math. There's no question about it. But Danny boy, the pipes and pipes are calling, can't seem to understand that. So I would like to correct him on that. That's what I wanted to do. So let's talk, email me. So he did email me. And this was his email. "Hi, Marty. My whole thing with YouTube is to tell people that not everything you see on the internet is true." Well, you're a fucking liar, Simon Dan. You're a liar, because your whole thing with YouTube, as we will clearly see in this deconstruction of your little Simon Dan YouTube channel, as we can clearly see, what your whole thing is to tell people that not everything you see on the internet is true. Actually, what you're doing is specifically saying that certain people are idiots and morons and what they believe is nonsense, and that you are actually debunking it with the scientific method. That's what you're doing, and that's what we're going to see what you're doing. You're claiming it yourself, and now here you're lying to me and saying that's not what you're doing. So this is why I'm doing this, because I would like everybody to know that what you're looking at here is a fraud. Okay? I tried to do that in an entertaining way and make a point of attacking ideas only and not the person. No, you clearly do not do that. You consistently insinuate that people are idiots and morons, and you don't debate anybody. You won't have an open discussion with anybody. Like I said, as you'll see, you didn't even respond to this debate. You're saying, no, I'm not going to do that. So you're not just doing an entertaining little attacking ideas. You're slandering people. And as what happened to me the other day, I woke up and I look at my phone, and next thing I know, I have thousands of people that descend on my YouTube channel calling me a fucking twat and an idiot and a loser and a retard and somebody that doesn't understand math. Well, I'm responding because I would like to reach those people and say that you're wrong. And I did that in the response video. Okay? "Seeing your response to me," he says, "whereby you called me all sorts of names was disappointing." Okay, well, both of your videos were disappointing too, because they lacked any sort of logic or reason whatsoever. As you showed, you don't even understand the basics of calendar building. You don't even understand that pi is an infinite number and needs to be truncated. So that's pretty disappointing. That's disappointing for the thousands of people that don't understand that either. That's really disappointing. That's sad. You know, people think that I'm doing this out of anger. What I'm really doing is exemplifying my sadness over the like I said, the platoon of complete and utter morons that don't understand basics, rudimentary shit. That's sad. Why would I want to converse with you after you called me all these names? That's a chicken shit root. I'll be cordial with you. I won't swear. I promise this. If you do a debate with me, I won't curse at you. I won't call you names. I won't swear. We'll talk about everything. We'll talk about it scientifically. Okay? You still want to do it? He goes, besides, I don't debate as a rule. Mainly because the things I talk about are not up for debate. This is what Symandan said. A man that's claiming on his channel that he is a scientific man. He is saying that the things that he discusses, the science that he discusses, is not up for debate as a rule. Mainly because the things, and he goes, the things I talk about are not up for debate. And I don't see the content of your videos to be any different. What are you talking about? I'm openly asking you for a debate. I'm challenging you. I'm saying let's raise money for charity. Also, you probably do have a higher IQ than me, but IQ doesn't mean much to me. You said the same thing as well, so a live test seems pretty pointless. So what did Symandan, what did Del from Behind the Curve call him? A globe gobbling nutter lit spittle something. Anyway, so Symandan here, what is he saying? He is a globehead, a globetard as they call them, right? He is a heliocentrist, and this heliocentrist here is saying that, hey, Marty Leeds, you flat earther, you probably do have a higher IQ than me, but IQ doesn't mean that much to me. So what did Symandan just do there? Did he just admit that a flat earther is smarter than he is? Because that's what it seems like to me. He's saying probably. If I was going to run the numbers on it. Okay. So, anyway, so you probably do have a higher IQ than me. Okay. So then if I have a higher IQ than you and I believe the earth is flat, maybe we should talk about that. This is Symandan writing to me, everybody. Just so anybody that's a Symandan fan gets a little bit of context here. Gets a little bit of context and gets a little insight into the kind of person that you're following. And as far as the charity thing, I've already raised 8,500 pounds this year for kids with muscular dystrophy. Well, I guess the kids for muscular dystrophy, they don't need any more money. I guess that's it. I guess, we could maybe Symandan and I, with our little debate, our little IQ test and our debate, maybe we could raise twice that. Maybe we could do a GoFundMe campaign for like a month, and we'll try to raise like $16,000, $20,000 or something like that. I bet if you put something out to your channel, I put something out to my channel, and I like call up Globebusters and Jaren and stuff like that, and say, hey, spread this out to the YouTube far and wide. Let's get a GoFundMe campaign. We'll do it for a month, and we'll raise $20,000. Wouldn't it be great for those kids with muscular dystrophy to have an extra 20 fucking K in their pants? Now, put that in your pocket. Is that you don't want to raise money for charity now? I mean, I know you already have, but do they not need any money? Are they maxed out? Did they plateau on funds or something? And then he says, I'm sorry. This is how he ends it. This is how he ends the email. I'm sorry you weren't happy with my commentary. Commentary. That's not just commentary. What you're doing is exclaiming that you are a man of science, and you're doing it on your YouTube channel. Apparently, I'm sure you're doing it on your Facebook and your Twitter as well. You're literally going around saying that you're debunking these people with the scientific method. So I sent him this was how I responded. I said, send me your Skype. Let's chat. I just want to chat. Let's face to face. Let's do this. Let's have a conversation. Let's be adults. Is the email symandan@gmail.com attached to your Skype account, Dan? Is it? Because that is the account that I had sent several messages to, sent texts to, I sent videos to, and I tried to call. That was the account. I have the screenshot. I have messaged an account with this email that as well has your logo, and you said it wasn't yours. Is this true? I've attached a screenshot, and this was the screenshot. So there it was. I typed in symandan@gmail.com. What came up was Symandan's channel, and it even has his logo on there, and that is the exact account that I've been sending multiple messages to for, literally the last year and a half or whatever it was. I probably sent maybe 10, 15 messages, more than that maybe. So And he's saying, I don't know, I never got those messages. Okay, I guess I'll just have to take your word for it that you didn't get those messages. You didn't get multiple messages over a 1.5-year span of me trying to contact you. I guess I'll just have to believe you. Or maybe, as we just showed, that maybe you're a liar. I mean, here we're showing that you're a liar. So 200,000 people are possibly following a liar. Well, we know they're following a liar, but how deep his lies go, that's a different thing. So he responds and says, "This is my Skype. Yes, Marty. I can't tell you why I wasn't receiving any messages, though. Apologies." That's convenient. Very convenient for him, isn't it? Well, at least I finally got a hold of you, Marty. You never tried to get a hold of me. At least I finally got... You never tried to get a hold of me in the first place. And then he goes on to say, "I don't believe there's any need for us to chat as you're just going to argue about stuff." No, I'm not. No, like I said, well, arguing, if you want to use argue as is synonymous for debate, yes, I would like to debate about stuff. Yes, I would. I would really, really, really like to do that. So please, Simon Danners, and if you're for the scientific method, please let Simon Dan know that I would love to quote unquote argue or quote unquote debate about things, because that's what people of science do. Neither of us will agree with each other. Well, guess what? A debate is not necessarily about agreeing with one another. A debate is not necessarily even about who is right or wrong. A debate is done so that the truth will win. That's what a debate is all about. Not whether Marty Leeds and his fucking ego and Simon Dan and his ego get to stand and do a little intellectual celebrity death match. That's not what this is about. It's about trying to find truth and letting that motherfucking truth shine. Thanks for your time, though, he says. Thanks for my time. You wasted my time. You're wasting everybody's time. And again, I'm sorry if this video caused you distress. Well, your ignorance causes me a little bit distress, yes. The video, I actually kind of had fun deconstructing every ridiculous and verifiably retarded thing that you said. That was somewhat entertaining, actually. And then he goes on to say, "I make a point of telling people not to attack the video creators." No, you don't. I mean, as far as I know, I watched several of your videos. You've never said that once. So Simon Dan is saying that, what is he saying here? He's saying that, "Marty Leeds, I won't debate you because besides, I don't debate as a rule." You don't debate as a rule. As just a general rule, you don't debate. And the things you talk about are not up for debate. Okay, so this is Simon Dan sending me a personal message, asking for a debate. His response is, "I will not debate you." Why? Because I'm a man of science. Yet here on his YouTube channel, this is what he proclaims. If you want to see an atheist using science, that's a capital S he used there too. If you want to see an atheist using science, reason, and logical thinking to promote the proven natural history of life, the earth, and the universe, then the subscribe button is up and to the right. Pseudoscience, religion, flat earthers, they're all fair game. Oh, so he's literally proclaiming in his about section on his channel that he is a atheist using the methodologies and processes of science. That's what he's proclaiming. He's saying that he's using reason and logical thinking. Well, guess what, Simon Dan? Part of science is the debate process. It's quintessential. It's part and parcel to the entire fucking thing. And as I said in the video, this guy thinks he's got it right, and this guy and this other guy here, he thinks he's got it right, but this guy thinks this guy's wrong, and this guy thinks he's wrong, and they both think that they have the proof. So how do you differentiate between who's right and wrong? You debate about it. You present the evidence and you debate about it. That is the scientific process. That's the scientific method. And what he's saying is that he is not engaging that. So I guess my biggest bitch about this whole thing is that, Simon Dan, shouldn't YouTube take your channel down? Because YouTube now has their terms of service policy where they go around and they say, hey, anybody that's presenting false information like the earth is flat, we're going to take their shit down, or we're going to bury them in algorithms or whatever, right? Because they're presenting false information, quote unquote false information. But shit's flat as fuck, so they're presenting false information, so we're going to take those channels down, we're going to hide their videos, we're not going to put them in videos that you might like to watch. But Simon Dan, who is here proclaiming that he is actually not a man of science by not debating, is proclaiming he's a man of science on his YouTube channel. So that is false advertisement. He is actually presenting false information to literally thousands of people. So I guess my concern would be, is YouTube going to be even-handed in how they come down on these YouTubers? No, obviously not. What happens when you look up Flat Earth now? You look up a litany of people that have been in the Flat Earth community, and what comes up? You look up Jeranism, you look up whatever it is, right? And who comes up? Who comes up now on the feed? More often than not, Simon motherfucking Dan. So here, the skewer of debate returns. So here he's even claiming that he's going to skewer all these people, and I'm just going to look at all of these comment sections and I'm going to roast all these people, but I'm certainly not going to have a conversation with them. I'm certainly not going to be a man and just address them. So why am I doing this? Is this because, is this about Simon Dan? So some people had said, Marty, why are you doing this? This is a waste of time. You don't need to waste your time with Simon Dan and things like that. This is not about me, and this is not about Simon Dan. Let me say that again. These last 3 videos were not about me, and they were not about Simon Dan. And by the way, when I'm going to say this, I'm going to try to be kind in saying this, but people on my comment section, or people that come to my channel, please don't tell me what to do. I know what I'm fucking doing, okay? If you don't get it, just trust me. Just wait a few videos and it'll come, all right? I know exactly what I'm doing, okay? Why did I point this out? Why have I spent the last couple of videos roasting Simon Dan? Besides the fact that it's, fairly irritating to wake up and have thousands of people ascend on your YouTube channel like goddamn children calling you an idiot. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that, because I know a lot of people that are watching this are not YouTube creators, but if you've ever had thousands of people ascend on you in one single day calling you a fuckwit and a retard and you don't know how to do math and all that sort of stuff, it's kind of, I don't know, what's the right word? I don't know, obnoxious maybe, a little bit annoying, right? But this isn't about me, and this isn't about Simon Dan. Why am I showing this? Because what I'm doing is showing that when it comes to actual debate about our flat, stationary Earth, when it comes to actual debate, all I had to do was do one response video, and look how quickly this motherfucker tucked his tail and ran. Look how quickly he did. He's like, I'm not going to debate you. Oh my God, no. You're just a stupid flurfer, and you don't know numbers, and you don't understand the 27.3 sidereal lunar month and 29.53 synodic lunar month. When you find the mean or average of those in whole numbers, it's 20 8. Anyway, so people are saying, Marty, why waste your time with Dan? This is not about Dan. This is way more than about Dan. It's about the community at large. It's about the scientific community, and it's about the flat Earth community. Because we're getting railed right now, and I don't like it. And I am going to speak my mind. So, why did I respond to him? Was it out of anger? Is it out of hatred? Is this some ego trip? No. Simon Dan represents all of those heliocentrists out there, when confronted with truth, weasel out. It's the Wolfie 6020s. It's the Reds Rhetoric and the Geo Streber and all of those, the Team Skeptic, all these guys that hide behind the comfort of their cameras. I said the same thing to Wolfie 6020. Wolfie 6020, come out from behind your camera. Let's have a conversation. I even offered to pay Wolfie 6020 for a fucking conversation with me. Right? I'll do it right now. You, Wolfie 6020, come out from behind your camera. We'll have a conversation. We'll debate about these things. None of these people will actually come out and say anything. And now YouTube is burying flat earthers with their algorithms, right? Shutting us down left and fucking right. So, like I said, all of those heliocentrists out there, when confronted with the truth, weasel out. An entire community of people that I've met, I had beers with, talked with, chilled with, went to the Flat Earth International Conference. Literally everybody I met there was super cool to me. All of those people are being buried by YouTube because we are considered to be not scientific. Yet here, Simon Dan is refusing to engage in a simple scientific debate about very simple things like, hey, can we talk about the infinitude and transcendental nature of pi? Can we even talk about that? Let's not even talk about flat Earth. So why am I doing this? Because this is not about Simon Dan. This is not about me. This is about truth and the community at large. What I'm doing right here is I am standing up proudly for my people and defending the truth of God. When I mean my people, I mean people that are actually on the path of truth, on the path of this honest journey to try to find out what the fuck is going on in this earth. And I am going to stand up for those people with the last breath of my fucking lungs. Okay? This is not me bitching. This is me being fearless, me not being a coward, me knowing exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, me being, a fairly intelligent human being, sort of quick-witted and sort of stuff like that. I'm standing up for the little guy, if you will. The guy that's getting beat down by YouTube right now because we're going to bury videos that think that the earth is flat. Flat earthers are getting buried by YouTube. Thousands of people ascended on my channel spreading hate, getting most of it wrong or calling me an idiot for it. Of course I'm going to respond. If you can't even understand that pi has to be truncated, look, you need an intellectual slap in the face. And Marty Leeds is just going to have to be the badass to fucking do it. Reach into that bag there, the bag that you have, and pull out the wallet. Which one is it? It's the one that says bad motherfucker on it. That's the one that belongs to Marty Leeds. So my main channel is gone now, right? So my main channel was taken down, which he said that I deleted it, and a bunch of people even on his comment section said, oh, I deleted my channel. I did not delete my channel. YouTube deleted my channel. So now videos like the Flat Earth Ultimate Litmus Test that had, 700,000 views or something like that, or whatever it was, a majority of likes. I think it was like 8,000 or 9,000 likes to 2,000 dislikes, which for a flat earth video, that's pretty goddamn good, right? So if you were going to get into the flat earth discussion for the first time and you went on YouTube, normally if my channel wouldn't have been taken down, you might have stumbled upon that great documentary that I'm extremely proud of called Flat Earth, the Ultimate Litmus Test. And you might have watched that documentary and been like, holy shit, I guess I never thought about this stuff like that. I'm going to look into this stuff more. But now YouTube is not only have they taken down my channel, so when people stop by Marty Leeds now, they see the Flat Earth Ultimate Litmus Test as 10,000 views or something like that. It's just another humdrum video on YouTube, instead of actually seeing the first video that had 600,000 views and a majority, numerically, statistically correct, a majority of likes. That might have gotten people into Flat Earth. So this is my concern. So now we're all getting buried. Simon Dan's getting put up to the top. He's refusing a debate. This is not science. What this is a big cesspool of shit. That's what it is. That's what YouTube has become. It really sucks because YouTube, these platforms, of course, they were never intended for this in the first place, but these platforms such as YouTube and Twitter and Facebook could really be great platforms to help us to help humanity grow and evolve and understand where we are and to break out of the lies and stuff like that. But as we know, we can't do that anymore. These platforms are, of course, they're censoring everybody and stuff like that. Hence why I had to make my own website, MartyLeeds33.com. I didn't even want to make that necessarily. I had my website, I threw some videos on there. It was a cheap Weebly site, but then YouTube took down my channel, took down all the videos that I was extremely proud of, and so I had to go and find somewhere else to put it. MartyLeeds33.com. And what's oh, sorry. I think I missed something here. So somebody asked me, well, why was your channel deleted, dude? Why don't you just be honest? Why was your channel deleted? And I even said why my channel was deleted. I was talking about Jewish supremacy. I made a documentary about Jewish supremacy. One of the videos that got a strike was called Am I an Anti-Semite? Where I explain that I'm not an anti-Semite, what Semite even means, and that I actually discuss proudly discuss Jewish mysticism on my channel on YouTube as well as on my website. So that was the video that got taken down. Two videos that got my channel down, and then another one was on Sandy Hook, an update on Sandy Hook that didn't even have anything to do with the date of Sandy Hook, the actual shooting of Sandy Hook. It was actually prior to Sandy Hook. So that's what got me taken down. Now, so multiple people asked, well, why was your video taken down? Did you violate the terms of service? Apparently I did, but guess what? What are the terms of service on YouTube? No one fucking knows. It's a goddamn mystery. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's the terms of service are, hate speech. What is hate speech? It's completely ambiguous. It's whatever the fuck they want to make it. So it says, well, did you violate their terms? I don't even know what their terms are. When they say hate speech, what does that mean? YouTube's new policy against channel wars. So there's a new YouTube policy that prevents even this discussion from happening. So this video might get taken down because I'm actually responding to Simon Dan here, and this might be construed or considered under the category of channel wars. So new YouTube policy has this thing about channel wars. So here, YouTube, according to their policy, Simon Dan can slander me, get nearly everything that he said in the video wrong. I can correct him, and he won't debate me. He uses my content under fair use laws, but I can't respond to that video, right? Or my channel get taken down or whatever, and I can't respond because my video might be seen as a channel war. So fair use laws are fine when he wants to take my content and pick it apart, but free speech, that law is not in play, according to YouTube. So I guess that puts guys like me and the rest of the Flat Earth community as fucked. Not by fair play, of course, by cheating like little weasels and cowards and scoundrels, slime balls, scum buckets. That's what you're dealing with. This guy said, careful. You don't want to do this because new YouTube policy against hate is no more channel wars. So I don't even know if those videos are going to stay up. We'll see. And why did I make MartyLeads33.com? Because my videos are taken down. But, you know, the video I did called The Mathematics of the Human Body that I put out, I only have 10 or so videos that I even keep on YouTube anymore because everything is over at MartyLeads33.com. Why? Because it has to be, because I can't be on YouTube. They'll take my shit down. So why did I create MartyLeads33.com in general? Because of what is happening right here, right now. What's happening with SciManDan and his channel right now. What I'm doing is I'm casting pearls, and what SciManDan and all of his fanboys are swine. I am casting pearls, and these people are so idiotic, so brainwashed, so hypnotized that they don't even know what to do with the information, and all they do is end up like swine. That's exactly and this is exactly why I talked about when I speak about Freemasonry. This is what I quote all the time, and this is why I say when I've studied Freemasonry for 10, going on I don't know how many years now, I keep coming up to this thing, and now I'm going to like I said, I'm taking it very seriously. Everything is at MartyLeads33.com because I'm not even bothering trying to give this information to swine. Matthew 7:6, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample under their feet and turn again and rend you. That's what's going on right now. These guys took a video where I explain how the human body is forget everything else I said in the video, besides the phalanges of the human hands and feet, that shows that is a template of growth for the human being. That the menstruation cycle, that is a 28-day cycle as given by medical established, websites and things like that, that 28-day cycle, that the egg drops on the 14th day. And that mathematical template is right on your hands and right on your feet. So I show that, showing that not only that's one of the gazillion, 6 gorillion other things that I show to prove with mathematical precision that there is design in our creation. And what am I doing there? I'm casting pearls, and who picks it up? The SciManDan. Just a few more things, and then I'll end this because I want to try to make this somewhat short. One of the comments says, I say in the video, the major scale is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, now, once again, that's sort of semantics. And I'll get into this. This guy, and there was several people, and a couple of them, at least one of them I saw, seemed to be a musician. I think he had a guitar in his hand, which blows my fucking mind. But, so I say in the video, I say A, B, C, D, E, F, G is the major scale. Now, okay, let me stop here a second. At 7:47, this guy says, he says major scale, but starts on the A. Bro, you're wrong, he says, but starts on the A. Well, no, if you want to say the major scale in whole notes would be, if you wanted to start on C, then yes, it would be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then the octave would be C. The 8th note would be the C. So whenever you look at any sort of musical scale, right, you're always differentiating between 7 and 8 and 12 and 13. The major scale and the chromatic scale, right? So what I was saying there is the major notes, the main notes of any scale, when you read musical notation, are A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Of course, you have sharps and flats with those, like you have G sharp or G flat or A sharp or A flat or etc. B natural. But the notes that you use to construct music on any musical notation whatsoever are A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. That's unquestionable. Every musician would have to agree with me there. Is there an H note? Is there an I note? Is there a J note? No, there's not. There's A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And then, of course, the sharps and flats within them. Apparently, literally hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people that are on SciManDan's channel don't understand that. because this is what I got. He goes, yeah, but A major goes A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. Yes, I wasn't saying necessarily an A major scale. I was saying a major scale, meaning the main notes of any scale, the main notes of the musical notation, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's unquestionable. The fact that you have musicians on Simon Dan's channel saying that is really fucking scary, actually. That's like, holy shit. 14 people like that. This guy says, why didn't he figure out the connection to the number 42 being the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything? Apparently, your research fucking sucks, dude. Do you know how many videos I've done on the number 42? By the way, 13, 14, and 15? 13, 14, and 15, where you establish pi in the number line, reading left to right from 13, you have 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. Reading left to right. It just so happens the sequential numbers, looking at our number line as they unfold naturally, just so happens that 31415 is encoded in the numbers 13, 14, and 15. Do you know what 13, 14, and 15 add to? 42. Did you know that that's the numbers between the words holy and Bible? Did you know that that's the number of generations from David or Abraham to David, David to Babylon, and Babylon to Christ? Did you know that 42 is the number of laws in the Egyptian Mot? Why did these cultures focus on the number 42? Well, because of math. They're even saying, focus on math. It's the number 42. So that's the kind of research that these people are doing. So this is the last thing I want to say. And then we'll end this whole charade, and we'll move on with our live, and we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming, where next week I will talk about probably the Jews again or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, so this guy says, the lazy universe theory. Everything is intrinsically connected, but frequently off by one. Right? So basically what he's saying is, though, he's just fudging numbers. He's just adding one here and there. Well, what's so interesting is that in the study of gematria, this is actually a rule. It's called the rule of Kollel. And the rule of Kollel states that one digit can be added to or subtracted from the gematria value of a word without affecting its value. This seems to modern ears to be a quote-unquote cheat. However, the Kabbalists explain the rule by pointing out that for them, 1 was not a number. The monad, or 1, symbolizes divinity and could come and go as he pleased, adding nothing and taking nothing away. Now, that is a mystical interpretation of why, that you would add or subtract 1. But why would you add or subtract 1? Well, another mystical interpretation is that you have to add yourself in the math. You have to account for yourself in the math, okay? Say for all that. Say, oh, you're a man of science. You don't understand mysticism. You think it's all fucking nonsense. Let's just throw the mysticism out the window. Okay, that's fine. But you cannot deny that in the study of gematria that has been known within several different languages, it might be called something different, isosophy, it might be called Kabbalah, but we know that the application of numbers to letters of various alphabets throughout time, those including the Abjad letter system, the Hebraic number system, the Greek number system, that those systems have used rules. And one of those rules is called the rule of Kollel, where you can add or subtract 1. Right? Like I said, there's a mystical meaning for that. But, so here's a rule that's directly connected to the study of gematria. Now, heaven in gematria, in English gematria, heaven equals 23 and earth equals 24. That's the difference of 1, is it not? Okay. So, right there, within the two terms that are given to us from the Holy Bible in the first verse, the primer, that where I actually got the cipher, the sevenfold cipher, the first verse is giving you concepts of as above and so below, spirit and matter, if you will, and within those, numerically, you have exemplified perfectly what is called the rule of Kollel. So here I am showing that the rule of Kollel is actually perfectly encapsulated within the English language in the first verse of Genesis. I actually have written about this. We've done lectures. If you would like to see more, I'm guessing Nagu, or whatever his name is here, doesn't want to see any more because he actually has a lazy theory of the universe, which I'm guessing doesn't include a God. So what I did, and this is my challenge to all the Simon Danners. So you didn't accept my debate challenge. Okay, let's do another challenge. So we just talked about the rule of Kollel, right? How you can add or subtract 1, and this is a standardized rule in gematria. Okay, so what I did is I took this septenary cipher here. Remember, we talked about this in the other video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All we're doing is squaring numbers there. This cipher I got from the Holy Bible. So what I did is using, never deviating, not once have I deviated from this cipher. When we dealing with English, not once on my channel have I ever deviated from this cipher. What we're going to do is use this cipher, and we're going to use it on English, French, and Spanish. So we're going to look at the base 10 system, 0 through 9, the words 0 through 9 or 1 through 10 in 3 different languages. And we're going to see what comes up using the same cipher. Now, I would like all the Simandanners and all those people that think they're so intelligent to statistically debunk why this is nonsense and use math to do it. I've offered this challenge. I offered it to Dan in the first video, and he never responded, and now he doesn't want to debate. So we're using the septenary cipher, and we're using it on the digits, or the words 0 through 9 and 1 through 10. Well, in English, 0 through 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is, that equals 180. Well, once again, anybody that's worth their salt in math, anybody that's done any sort of even elementary study of math would clearly see that the number 180 is what? It's associated to what? The triangle. The triangle. The triangle. It has 180 degrees. It doesn't matter if it's scalene, isosceles, obtuse, right, acute. It doesn't matter what triangle you use. A triangle will always have 180 degrees. So here we're looking at the base 10 system. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you come up with the number 180. Now remember, that base 10 system is the exact same system that carried the 28 phalanges of your hands. You know, the same ones that we decoded in that video, Simandan? So 0 through 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 equals 180. Mind you, this study that we're dealing with here is a science, and it is called gematria. Tria means 3. So if we take that number 3 and we take it into geometry, simple, inchoate geometry, what would we have? We would have a triangle. So here we have the study of gematria, meaning 3, and we look at the base 10 system and we get 180, which is exactly what a triangle is, 180 degrees. Oops. English, 0 through 9, 180. English, 1 through 10, 180. The French, when you actually, because some languages are gentrified, right? They have genders for the number 1. So you can look at, like, English doesn't have this, but, French does, like un and un for French, or uno or un for Spanish, as we'll see. So here we have French, 0 through 9 in the male, accounting for the male. What does it equal? It equals 181. Okay, well, so using the rule of Colel, what would that equal? If you added or subtracted 1, once again, according to the rules of the study itself, what would that be? Well, that'd be 180. French female 0 through 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That equals 186. Well, that's not 180, Marty. What are you talking about? Okay, now, use the rule of Colel on the French female 0 through 9 and the French male 0 through 9. Use the rule of Colel on both of those. Subtract 1 from both of those. So when a male and female join hands using the rule of Colel, gematria total 180, or 181, excuse me, what would that be? That would be 180. The French female, gematria total equals 186. Rule of Colel, subtracting 1, be 185. So therefore, using 0 through 9, the male and female in the French language, using a septenary cipher, if you brought them together, what would that be? That would be 365, would it not? The 365 days of the solar year. Now look at French male 1 through 10 and French female 1 through 10. Once again, we're not deviating from the septenary cipher here at all. At all. We're calculating it perfectly. I've created a calculator. You can double check all this yourself. The French male 1 through 10 and the French female 1 through 10, not even applying the rule of Colel, what happens? 180 is French male 1 through 10, and female 1 through 10 is 185. So that means when a French male and French female join hands, it's 365. The number of days of the solar year. So that was French, and that's English. Here's Spanish. Once again, if we just look right in the male there, the Spanish male 0 through 9. Now, usually you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? But of course, if you look at the orthography of the language itself, you do know that the number 1 is gentrified. So sometimes you use un, sometimes you use uno, sometimes you use una, right? So therefore, if we were going to do justice to the language itself and follow the rules of orthography of the language, as well as follow the rules of gematria, as we just established with the rule of Colel, what do we have here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That equals what? 180. So the Spanish male 0 through 9 equals 180, and the Spanish male 1 through 10 equals 180. So look what we have here. We have English 0 through 9, 180. English 1 through 10, 180. French male 1 through 10, 180. You combine the French male 1 through 10 and the French female 1 through 10, you get 365, right? Then we go to Spanish gematria. We look at Spanish male 0 through 9 and Spanish male 1 through 10, 180, 180. Spanish female Spanish female 0 through 9. What does that equal? 181. Okay, apply the rule of Colel to that. What does it equal? It equals 180. Spanish female 1 through 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What does that equal? 181. Use the rule of Colel on that. It's 180. Once again, you say, well, you're just fudging the math. No, I'm actually pointing and I'm showing you, I'm even showing you that this is a well-known function of gematria. Now, we look at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm probably butchering that, but Spanish 0 through 9 equals 182, and Spanish 1 through 10 equals 182. Well, that's just regular, as you would normally say it. 1, 2, 3, as you normally count, right? So 0, 1, 2, or just 1, 2, 3. So 0 through 9 and 1 through 10 spelled out in Spanish. They both equal 182. 182. Look. So therefore, what would that be? So if two Spanish people, 0 through 9, grabbed hands together and held hands, what would the 10 fingers, 8 fingers and 2 thumbs, held hands, what would that equal? 182 plus 182 is what? It's 364. You know that very same number that I showed that was encoded in calendars across the world, that very same number that I showed that using a tripart is encoded in the number 7? 364. 28-day calendar, 13 months. So I would like all the people that think I'm some numerological twat, I would like them to put some math to all that and show and debunk that. But don't just make some response video. Let's do a debate. Call me. Let's not engage in this childishness bullshit on YouTube, because apparently YouTube's not going to let us do it anyway. So the only thing that we can do here in order to transcend this nonsense is actually debate about it. So I'm addressing everybody on the Simon Dan channel, all the heliocentrists of the world. I've been trying to address all the mathematicians, all the theologians, all the sinologists and symbologists and archaeoastronomers and people that study, horology and calendar studies. I've been trying to get their attention for a very long time. So I guess I'm going to have to do it through you guys. So I'm trying to get the attention of all you heliocentrists and all you people that think this is numerology. Please, God, debunk this. Now you can actually show how this is valid by going to gematrinator.com. Now gematrinator.com is this site. It's an absolutely hot, steaming pile of shit site. But what that site does is has 40 ciphers on that site. 40, I think 20 or 30 or 40 ciphers, something ridiculous amount of ciphers. What you can do is perform the exact experiment that I just performed in 3 different languages, French, English, and Spanish, with any of those other ciphers. And you know what happens? It doesn't even come close anywhere. I'm saying use 3 different languages and use any other cipher that's available online. Are you going to come up with something similar? You're not. I've already done it. In fact, I already did a video on it, but whatever. So, of course, you're not going to watch that. We already know that. None of those people are going to watch that. But maybe if I get 1 or 2 of you, that'll be worth this whole thing. So that's it. Don't cast your pearls before swine. So just so you guys know, we're making the move to basically get off all of these platforms. That's what we're trying to do. Everything is going to be run through MartyLeads33.com. It is going to be an exclusive thing. You're going to have to pay for the content. If you want the time, you want to learn this stuff, you have to understand that it takes time for me to do this stuff. I'm supposed to be getting ready for work here, and it's 8:38, and here I am trying to suss out and straighten out a bunch of idiots online. So I don't really want to engage in this stuff anymore, and so we're moving off this. So we're going to MartyLeads33.com, and everything is running through there. So if you're wondering, hey, Marty, where's all your videos and things like that? I really like that video that you did on deocculting the International Space Station, or when you took back the rainbow, or that video that you did on the science of love, showing how the human hands, without gematria or numerology whatsoever, actually construct the number 180. We didn't even talk about that, Simon Dan. Damn. All of that stuff, all of those videos are at MartyLeads33.com right now, and that's where they're going to be. So, What MartyLeads33.com is, I don't know if you guys know this, but it is a modern-day mystery school. That's what I'm running there. The mystery schools are alive and well, and they are available at MartyLeads33.com. Everything is open for discussion. We will discuss anything that, and eventually I'll probably hit on most of the major topics on, that are out there. But everything is up for discussion, and we are no holds barred. We're fearless. We're going to keep moving on. We don't care if we're getting shut down. We don't care if 1,000 people dislike this. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. You know why? Because as I said before, I am standing up for truth and the proof of God. And if you think that any of these people are going to stop me, you are an utter fool. Okay? So, like I said, scene. We're done with Simon Dan, unless he wants to debate. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you get a chance, please go to martyleads33.com and support a brother. Support people that are bringing you truth, that are doing it unapologetically and fearlessly. Okay? Support those people because they need your support. Because right now they're getting buried by idiots on YouTube and YouTube itself. Okay? All right, that's going to do it for me. As always, many blessings and much love to all.